be with him, he's so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, I get ready to told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard when I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man, sucker if y'all in denial. I get the chip on him and I bust out the south side. Is that big of the guy? Boy, yo, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, shining. White diamonds, Miley Cyrus. Private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish. Masterpiece, body, body. Young, hey, I don't know no better. I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Second and 9 now. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From the 41, Jackson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On second and 11 now. Jackson, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Never ideal conditions in the snow for a kicker, but the first test on the opening drive, he passed it.
He certainly did. You know what the unit told me was their biggest issue playing in the snow? You just worry about something getting in your eye as the ball is snapped, and then you might miss it, and there goes 3 points off the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Campbell on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
The pass.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A gain of 7 yards.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Here's Edmonds. And some room to roam now. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown.
It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Ravens 3. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. This time Jackson will throw it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Geno Atkins got home that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 24 yards to gain there. Another 1st down as well.
Gain on the play.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space, the big guys leading the way.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
On 2nd down now, Cottrell, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Ravens 3.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Ravens 10.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the interception, here's Jackson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jared Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
1st and 10.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. It'll be a gain of 4 here, and it will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Taken down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The running back running out of the
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they give this time to the tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On first down, Cottrell. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to, but when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
The ball carrier.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And now he's going to use his legs. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
10.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, that's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Jackson on first down. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
On the tackle.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Could have gone with a ground game there, opted for the quick pass. Well, I don't know that it would have mattered, Charles, but it didn't work out.
In a lot of these offenses, yards after catch are built in without explicitly saying it. In this case, he didn't make anyone miss out on the perimeter. Got tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
And brings up 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game at 17.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's get it.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Another run here with Dobbins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's got this down to the 35. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. This from 52, and this for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. 17. A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Baltimore, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll get a chance to